Hello, people. This is Holy Warrior Yancey, and this is Holy Warrior Yancey Productions. I don't know. As I was just thinking to myself, I recall an incident that happened about 5 years ago. I was working security at a hospital, and there was a family there that had a house fire. And unfortunately, a few children died in that house fire. And it was the biggest thing going on in the hospital at the time. The ER was just devastated and heartbroken over what had happened. I know personally it totally ruined my day. And my heart and my prayers were with the family who were in mourning. But this is what happened. I was at my post, and the grieving family happened to walk by. They were heading toward the parking lot, exiting the hospital. They were hurt. They were in pain. They were loud and they were vocal. And as they were leaving, there was two different groups of white women. And me, I see these parents who are in mourning, this family who is in mourning over the loss of a few children in this house fire. And I could clearly see that they're hurt. I can clearly see that they're in mourning. But like I said, as they were exiting out, there were also two groups of white women that were exiting out the hospital as well. So when this family came by, the two groups of white women, they got scared, they moved out the way. And then afterwards, after the family had totally left the area where I was at, the two groups of white women walked up to me, and I'm security. And they walked up to me talking about, is it safe to go outside? I'm scared to go outside. And I sat there, and be honest with you, I was pissed off. I'm like, only thing you saw was some black people being a little emotional and you get scared. Didn't take the time to see that they were crying. Didn't take the time to hear what they say, that they were mourning over the death of young children. It made me mad. And I sat there and told them that family was in mourning. What do you have to be afraid of? That just really just pissed me off, and it hurt me. And it had me think of what's going on in the world now with all these cops shooting all these unarmed black men and everything else. And my people can't get no justice. This Alton Sterling video with the cop before, his body cam showed him the first thing that cop did was put a gun to his head and told me he was gonna blow his brains out. And just the anger and the hostility of how he just cold bloodedly just killed that man and had no respect over his body. He was calling him all types of nasty cuss words before he killed him, and called him all types of nasty things over his dead body after he killed him. I sit there and I think about how they dirtied the image of Trayvon Martin, who was the victim, or Michael Brown, who was the victim, try to dig up dirt on them and portray them in a bad light. Yet the young man that shot up the black church and the young man that shot up the school, oh, they're troubled kids. They were bullied. You know, stuff like that. They did a terrible thing, but yet the media wants to have sympathy for those murderers. I even recall one time it was a white man that went back to his workplace and shot the place up. Or a matter of fact, I think he did shoot his workplace up and went back and killed his family. And the media talking about, oh, he was under stress because he was headed for divorce and he had problems paying his mortgage, and it just kills me, man. And it is what it is, man. And I'm not racist, and y'all not gonna label me as a racist because I'm pointing out injustice. Heck with that. It very well seems to me, and it is proven by events that's going on, that a lot of white folks don't respect nobody else's humanity but their own. And I'll say it again. A lot of white folks don't respect nobody else's humanity but their own. And it's a problem. And prove me different. Prove me different. Don't get me wrong. I see white people out there that see the injustice and calls, you know, a spade a spade. They call evil evil. They call injustice injustice. And a lot of them stood out there with us when it came to the Black Lives Matter movement. You know what I mean? I don't really want to call it a movement, man. We just are people just fighting for our humanity. You know? A lot of them came beside us, and that was a good thing. But gotta also consider that white folks in the so-called Bible Belt, they Trump supporters. They Trump supporters, and Trump is a racist. Trump is a misogynist, all this other negative stuff. I'm not saying that Hillary was a better choice, and it was stupid for the Democrats to not put Sanders in. But still, regardless of the negative things that Trump was in, they went for Trump. I don't think things will get better until Yeshua comes back, until Christ comes back. It's just a sad world that we live in. It really is. I don't understand. I really don't understand why we're viewed like that. And it's beyond media. It's issues of the heart. That'll be like if I got into the elevator with some goth kids and I'm nervous because of those folks that shot up Columbine. You know? just hate how things are, man. But like I said, most white people don't respect nobody else's humanity but their own. Call me what you want to call me. I ain't no racist. I'm not a racist. But I am calling out the racists. I'm calling out the injustices. I'm calling out all that mess. I'm no longer being silent. And to share a little bit about myself, from the age of 17 to the age of 31, I've been involved with youth ministry and ministry, and my church, which was a church in the urban area, had an alliance with a few suburban churches. And in spending time with these people doing missions and stuff, after they got comfortable, they revealed how they really felt. You know? They revealed how they really felt, regardless of Christ, how they feel towards blacks and minorities. Regardless of Christ or whatever, they felt as that they were superior to us, that they deserved better than us, that they were going to get better than us in the whole 9 yards. Call me brother in church and call me nigga on a job. We really do need racial reconciliation in the body of Christ. We really do. And keeping it real is not my people that hate them. It's always been them hating us. And even the ones that tolerate black folks, and a lot of that's just acting. I believe that a lot of them are worthy of Emmys and Oscars because they're great actors. They're great actors. But that's my rant. This is Holy Warrior Yancey, and this is Holy Warrior Yancey Productions. Feel free to comment. Feel free to give a video rebuttal. Feel free to get at me. Feel free to be willing to come forth with solutions. I ain't running from nothing. God bless.